Hey guys, what's going on? So today's video, I've gotten requests for a lot and I just haven't done it yet because I didn't feel like I was ready to do it. So now I am, and I'm gonna talk about how I got started with YouTube, why, when, everything, all my tips that I used, especially for an oversaturated market like the van life market. Also, I'm gonna share all of my gear that I have, my cameras, my laptop, and I do this all in a 72 square foot space. Really? Stay tuned for all that. Here we go. Alright, if you guys are new to my page, consider subscribing, but what I do here, for those that have no idea, I actually live in my tiny home on wheels that I call Ghost, that stands for Ground Home Operation Stealth Transportation. Right now I'm standing in it. I'm actually parked on a street in the middle of Los Angeles. Yeah, there's a bunch of videos about me living this way, so go check those out. But anyways, today's video is going to be really interesting. I posted my first video on January 2nd, 2018. I've had my YouTube account for quite a while, obviously, but I've always wanted to do YouTube videos, and I was like, I didn't know really how to do them. Had other ideas that I wanted to do, and I did not have any idea how I was going to get to where I am today, and just lo and behold, I got lucky, and that's something I'm going to go into in a little bit. On the day of my first video post, I actually had, I think, 4 subscribers, and they were like 2 family members and 2 friends. Went from 4 subscribers to now 34,000 plus. In my first year, I hit just about 30,000 in my first year. And you know, a lot of people watching this video are gonna be like, well, you're in a market that I'm a big fish in a small pond. And I disagree with that. There's actually a lot of van lifers out there that are trying to do YouTube channels, do the Instagram market. I believe that it is an oversaturated market, maybe because I'm in that lifestyle and I just know. You can pick any genre, any market, any industry, and it's going to be, there's gonna be a whole bunch of them, no matter how much you think about it. Kind of just have to put yourself out there. Brings me to my first point. It was around end of December, right after Christmas, around New Year's. I had my first video edited, and looking back at it, I really hated it. But anyways, I had my first video edited, and I think I texted my brother and I said, I have this video, I'm just scared to put it out there. I'm scared of judgment. I'm scared of what people are gonna think. I'm scared of what people are gonna write to me, or whatever it may be. I was just scared. And he sent me back a video, some entrepreneur or some internet sensation of some sort, and they were in a meeting, like in a boardroom, and somebody was like was recording off of a phone. They were talking about strategy on something, and the guy that was like the internet sensation, I forget who it was, but I remember just seeing it, and he like got up on this like huge boardroom, and he was just like, just do it, guys. Like, just go out there and just just get it done. And like, stop messing around. Just go out there and do it. And I remember seeing that and I was like, why don't I just got to release this thing? That was like last week of December, and I didn't want to release my first video right then. I wanted to wait until after the new year. I was like, it's going to be a new year. It's going to be a new thing. Actually worked overnight shift on New Year's Day. So it was January 2nd. And I released it in the middle of the night. I released it at like, I don't know, it was like 1 or 2 a.m. or something like that. I don't really remember the exact time. But I remember releasing it and I was like, I have no idea how this is going to be. It was a little bit of luck that it had to do with. Actually, a lot of luck. It was a little bit of luck and a little bit of planning. And I'll kind of go into the planning in a second. But the luck, it now has 1.8 million views. I'll put the card up right now and I'll show you an image of my thumbnail. And if I could go back, I would fix so much about this, because I don't like how it was edited at all. All right, so going back to the planning, I actually finished my van in June of 2017. So between June and January, that's a 6 months difference. So why didn't I put out that footage? And that's because I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know anything about cameras. I didn't know anything about lighting, editing. The only experience I had was I've spent years in Los Angeles pursuing acting and comedy. Graduated from improv school called IOS. It's no longer around, but there's an IO Chicago. Bunch of classes over at Second City. I've taken many stand-up classes. I've been on stand-up stages. I've been on improv stages. I've been on 2 improv teams, a sketch comedy team. I've done other acting things, whether it's student films. I've done that sort of thing. So I have that experience when it comes to being in front of a camera, I guess. I don't know anything about lenses. I don't know about lighting and how to light certain, I don't know, like the director of photography type scenarios. I didn't even know how to upload a video to YouTube. I didn't know how to do really anything. I had to be like, all right, where do I start? And luckily, I had a friend, AJ, that's been in a couple of my videos. Luckily, he actually had a YouTube channel and he grew it over time, just kind of picked his brain here and there. That was number one. I kind of just found somebody, I attached myself to them. Then I was like, okay, now I need to go to YouTube University. And what I mean by YouTube University is everybody does it. You go and watch how-to videos on how to do something, right? For example, when I wanted to learn how to do something, you watch a tutorial on how to do whatever it may be. So I went through several different pages on how to grow a YouTube channel or tech. I went through a bunch of tech channels and I latched onto somebody that I really felt comfortable with. Now, this person has no idea that I'm going to say their name in a second, or I'm even going to promote their channel. I just really like his channel, and he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. Sean Cannell, and he's got a channel called Think Media. We started watching a whole bunch of his videos. Pretty much, I started watching his videos about cameras, because I really wanted to get a camera. My first video was actually shot with a GoPro, which I'll show you guys when I get to the gear portion of this. And I started following Sean, and not only did he teach me about cameras, but he taught me about lighting. He taught me about certain microphones for live streaming. He taught me about editing software, the different types of editing software there were, all around gear. And then I started to realize Sean actually teaches YouTubers or people or inspiring YouTubers on how to grow their channel. He does webinars and he does other videos regarding how to grow. He's got another channel, by the way, with his business partner called Benji. It's called, I believe it's called Video Influencers. Also a great channel, and I did watch both. I also follow Sean on Instagram, and every now and again he would do giveaways. So he actually wrote a book with Benji called YouTube Secrets, and I entered a contest that they were doing, a giveaway contest on his Instagram, and he actually sent me his book. I'm saying I got it for free. I'm not trying to promote it, but it's a really good thing if you guys want to look into reading something, but I also recommend going to watch his video. Obviously, and it's easy. It's an easy read. Look, it's not even that big. So that's really the start of everything. That's really the preparation to everything. So before I get into gear and everything else, after I learned the tech portion of things and editing software, cameras, all that stuff, I then wanted to know what my channel was going to be. This is a trial and error thing that I think I should be. The more true to yourself you are, the better your channel is going to be. The more authentic you're going to come across to your audience. And that is super important in my eyes. I wanted to be me on camera. I didn't want to be a fake version of me, which is weird because I'm in like the fakest city in America right now. I just wanted to be the real me here because you guys can tell if I'm being fake. I'm not the prettiest guy, that's obvious. I'm actually balding, that's pretty much why I wear a hat. Do not let the comments get to you, by the way. One of the reasons why I wear the hat in pretty much every single one of my videos, somebody told me not to take off my hat again, and that was literally like in the first week that I released my video, and I just now wear a backwards hat in every single one of my videos. Sometimes it's forwards, and it just stuck. That's just what I do now. Whatever your category is, whatever your niche is, just grab a stranglehold on it and then just continue learning about it. There's always room to improve. There's always room to learn. With that being said, I literally watched everything there was to do with my channel. Now, I'm not only a van lifer, which I'm in only 72 square feet, like I said before, but I'm also a stand-up comedian and I'm a woodworker. So my channel eventually will have a broad range of all these things. I also knew I wanted to do it vlog style. I didn't want to have it like an HGTV style. I wanted it more personable and I wanted it more interactive with you guys out there. I knew I wanted to have the camera out here. I wanted to hold it myself. I wanted to do it that way. I do sometimes have a camera person. Most of the time it is me holding the camera because I just feel like it's a lot more authentic, a lot more real. It's just a lot more of a vlog style. I just can't stress this enough. Please be true to yourself. I guarantee you whatever yourself may be, even if it's like a monotone, and as long as you have passion and energy, it'll come across through the lens, I promise you that. So after I figured out that I wanted to do my channel this way, now that I have that in my head, I have to go out there and look at all those channels that have that as well. It's not so much looking at your competition. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is looking at your competition. All right, what works, what doesn't work? And you have to kind of look at both. You want to go and see the greats, and then you want to go and see the not so great. And you're like, wait, why do I want to go and look at the bad? Because you will learn more from the bad than you will from the good, in my personal opinion. And that's really what that 6 months gap was from when I moved into the van in June until January. I had to not only learn all the tech stuff, but I also watched a lot of vloggers. I watched a lot of van life channels. I watched a lot of comedy channels. I watched a lot of sketch channels. I just watched a lot of YouTube out there and different ideas. I didn't watch a lot of politic channels. I didn't watch a lot of news. It was like, why would I watch that? It didn't do any good for me. It all just came into my own. So hopefully that gave you guys some tips on really to get going with YouTube if you ever want to get going with YouTube. Now I kind of want to go into my gear and I'll go through it a little quickly. Right now I will show you a video that I actually took off of my phone. By the way, if you don't have a camera, by all means use your phone. It's not the end of the world if you just use the Google Pixel 2, which is what I have, or the iPhone 8 and 10 are pretty darn good in my opinions. There was a guy actually that Sean actually interviewed, I think it was like Techno Dad or Tech Dad, one of those. He actually did like his first like 150 videos or 100 videos or whatever it was off of his phone. It is very possible. It is very doable. He was very passionate. He's grown his channel. He's doing a good job. Now I think he has a camera. So I'm going to show you my camera right now through the lens of my phone while I'm kind of talking here because it's on the stand and I'm not going to be able to show you. I do have a Canon SL2 and there is a Rode mic that is it's a shotgun mic that's attached to it. There is a newer light that I got that's attached to the top of the camera that is actually, it's not on right now, but it's on me. I usually set it to a pretty low setting because the lights in my van are actually cool lights, so it's like an LED light here, so that actually helps a lot, and I did that intentionally. I also have this light, which is also by Newer, and it's a ring light. I don't know if I'm going to take the whole thing out, but you get the point. It's actually the smaller, there you go. It's actually the smaller of the two. They make two different sizes. I think they make an 18-inch and then they make a 14-inch. And that's it on lights. I don't have any other lights. Like other guys have, you know, softbox lights and things like that. I already mentioned the microphone for the Rode mic, the shotgun mic. For when I do live streaming, this guy right here, it's just a USB. By the way, I'll put links in the description for all of this stuff. This is my live stream mic. I don't even know where it's from. I looked at reviews on it and I picked it up. That's just the dust on it right there. Boom. I use this for live streams. Pretty easy. And then I have this little camera right there for my webcam. Easy setup. I already mentioned that I have a Canon SL2, but I also use my GoPro. I think this is like, that's a Hero 4. It says it right there on it, boy. So I have this GoPro Hero 4. My very first video, like I mentioned before, was actually shot entirely on this, except like the intro, which man, I wish I could do over again. Entire thing was shot on just this little GoPro Hero 4. No mic setup or anything. That was it. Just me holding it out, you know, like this. That was it. For my camera, the SL2, I just carry it in this bag. I keep it real simple. I live in a van. I keep it freaking simple. But I don't know if you saw it, but I have a 10-18. It's a wide angle lens. It's on the camera now. I have a 24mm and I got a 50mm. Pretty much I use this for photography and this mostly for photography and sometimes video. And that's it. I only got 3 lenses. And then my laptop. It is an MSI and it's the stealth version. I'm not going to turn it on right now, but there it is. Technically a gaming laptop, I guess, if anybody, there's a tech wizards out there. The reason I wanted an MSI is because it is window based. I wanted Windows. I've used Windows forever and it just made the most sense to me to use all of my equipment together, excluding the laptop. You're looking at, I don't know, maybe 15, 16, 1800, somewhere in that range. And then my laptop was another like 1200 bucks brand new. You can do all of this for a lot less, definitely, but that's just that's my setup. And then you can definitely spend a lot more. I know a lot of my friends that do what I do and they spend way more money. When it comes to editing, I use Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro works great with PC and it's Adobe Premiere Pro. I only use Premiere Pro. I pay monthly on that. I think it's like $21 a month or 20 bucks a month. And my buddy, I mentioned him at the beginning of the video, AJ, he actually has a Mac and he uses Final Cut. He swears by it. He bought it. It's like $300. From what I understand, if you have a Mac, Final Cut is the way to go. That's what I hear. I don't know. I don't have a Mac. Like you saw, I'm not that knowledgeable in the tech department of all of this stuff. I kind of just was like giving you guys the name of what these things are. I don't know what they do. If you want a full tutorial on a Canon SL2, then go and check out some videos on a Canon SL2. By the way, I'm switching to Sony. Has nothing to do with Canon. I actually like Canon a lot, but I wanted a smaller camera and I want to get a little bit more into photography, so I'm going with the Sony A6400 that just came out. And then when I get, that's like my B camera, and then when I get more into like more in-depth photography, I'll probably go with like an A7 III or something. I'm going to switch everything over to Sony in the next couple of months. I just wanted to make everybody aware of that. It's not that I'm hating on Canon, just Canon is great for video. Sony, I feel like, is the best hybrid camera on the market, that's all. Again, I watched a crap ton of videos on all of that. I didn't want to go that much into the gear. That's pretty much why, is because I don't know the technical side of things. All right, I'm looking around right now and I realize I have a lot to clean up. This kind of stinks. Guys, I really hope this helped you. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. If you have any questions, please throw a comment below and I'll try and answer them about the certain gear that I have. If you have any questions about more about how I got growth and things like that, then just throw a comment below and I'll try to give my best answer possible. It's really that simple. Just do a lot of homework, do a lot of trial and error, do the best that you can, and I guarantee you're gonna learn over time. All right, that's it, I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. Later.